Okay, so it's Tuesday,
That is.
the 30th of December. Anyway, basically, we are about to go to the gym. I got some Vegemite for Christmas from my mum, so I'm gonna have some Vegemite and toast, which is something I haven't had in ages, so I'm really excited about that. And then we're about to go to the gym, but the thing I kind of wanted to talk about today is actually how we're gonna be planning our year. So after we go to the gym, we're gonna go to Honor Screens, get some lunch, and sort of set some goals. When I say we, I mean me and Leia, because I think it's really important for us this year to be a bit more aligned on like what we're doing, because I don't want there to be, obviously I'm chasing like a big goal, so I don't want there to be any friction or any like pulling away from either of us to like achieving what we want to achieve this year. And I think it's safe to say that last year there was a little bit of that, because obviously like new relationship, and I don't know, I find it really important that the people that you're surrounded by are the people that are ultimately going to help you get where you want to get to. So what we've decided to do in terms of getting the clarity that we need for the year, because I think just the most important thing for me to have this year to actually achieve the things I want to achieve is the clarity and the understanding of like, okay, when I can apply X effort and when I'm going to need to do X, Y, and Z thing. So what we did was we got a calendar for the entire year. So now like at a glance, I can see exactly when, you know, we're going to be away or Leia's going to be working, or when I have time to really focus. So I mean, essentially from Feb 9th to the 21st of June is going to be just kind of like me, Miles and Carlos really pushing towards the goals. So that's been really helpful already. Just like seeing the entire year at a glance, every single day I'm going to walk past that and understand, okay, this is like the period that I'm in. Because I think last year was super weird. You know, quit Imperium, then I was doing sales coaching, then we're in France, back to Barcelona, we're moving, starting a new business. It's just like all over the place. And it's really hard to actually stick to something and have like that creative, I guess, like not even creative, but just like the vision, the clear vision of like what you want to achieve while having like a very messy day to day. So yeah, that's been super helpful for us. We need to now like set our goals and like sort of more intentions for what we want to do this year. But yeah, we're going to do that after the gym. So we'll see you guys at the gym. I'm going to give my goals for the gym and you give yours.
Okay.
So my best ever lifts individually is a 110 snatch, 140 clean and jerk. My best ever total was that day in Valencia, which was 107, 133, which is what, 240?
I don't know to count.
240, yeah. So my goal for this year is 110, 140 on the same day, so 250 total. And it's going to be interesting to see what's harder, getting to 100K a month with the business or snatching 110 again. That's basically like my challenge for the year, kind of like my goal. What about you?
I would like to do...
What's your best ever?
80 clean and jerk and 60 snatch.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to do 90 clean and jerk, that would be great.
And what about snatch 65?
Yeah, if I do 65, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
I think 70 is a bit of a lot.
Yeah, maybe. Well, you never know.
Yeah, I think 90.
But we're going to film again in a year.
Yeah.
And you better have hit those numbers.
Yeah, I mean in a year it's fine.
Yeah,
I'll be
it's
strong.
fine.
And I want to run also.
How far?
I mean, I don't know how far.
Marathon?
Marathon's a bit useless.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I already run like with no training is a half marathon.
True.
So I think running is just so easy and useless.
So I'm glad that you brought that up actually, because that's what I wanted to say. So there's a lot of guys on YouTube building in public right now, and they build businesses and they start running. This is going to be a bit different. that running stuff's kind of fucking lame. So there ain't gonna be no running on this channel. Just get me really, really strong and a millionaire. That's basically the goal for this year. None of this like running in Bali with my shirt off. We ain't about that. You want me to run a little bit with you?
Yeah, please. Just a tiny bit.
So gym's done. Feeling a lot better recently. Back's feeling a lot better. I've been still training, but not really doing any weightlifting. So just getting back into the groove of things feels good. We're both bulking at the same time. So we're going to go to On a Screens, get a massive feed, and then back home, coaching call inside the community. We haven't taken any time off over the holidays. And then I got some stuff to do for Lunar Growth, and then pretty much wraps up the day. So we'll see you at On a Screens. Are you happy? Yeah. Dude, that looks...
I love the fresh
Say that again.
herb. What?
How many days do we have until next weekend together?
20.
So what can I do?
You can grind.
I can green for the next 20 days?
Yes.
So I don't have to worry about hanging out with you on the weekends for the next 3 weeks?
Yes.
And I can grind?
You can grind.
I can get on my green set?
Yes.
It is January 1st, 2026, and I am on my wonky roof in Barcelona in December with beautiful skies at 5:30 p.m, just kind of reflecting on everything. The most important message that I want to get across with this video is that ultimately you get to choose what your life looks like. I think that I've been way too hard on myself over the last few years, and I need to really take into consideration what has actually occurred and what I have been able to achieve and feel proud of that, but not content, but proud. I've been way too critical of myself, and ultimately that criticism has made me play things safe and think too small. So 2025, I just want to reflect on this before I kind of talk about this year coming up. 2025 was a really big year of change for me. A lot of lack of clarity, moved to 3 different cities in 1 year, a lot of burnout. I was sick a lot, I was struggling a lot, but I learned a lot about the importance of clarity and how you just need to have insane clarity on what you want, because if you don't have the clarity on what you want, how can you ever imagine that you're going to achieve it? So 2026 for me is the year of clarity. I know exactly what I want my life to look like. There was a big part of my year that got disrupted by injuries and illnesses, which caused me to train less. And I'm bulking right now, half intentionally, but I just sort of ran with it because I already put on a lot of weight. So I lost a lot of confidence this year. And all of that sort of ties into this bigger picture of just doubting my ability. But that's not the case anymore. I've decided and I've made the choice, because again, you get to choose this stuff, guys. I've just made the choice that I'm gonna have the body that I want, the lifestyle that I want, the business that I want, the mindset, the brain, everything. I'm just going to choose the one that I want, and I'm just going to act like the person I already know I can be. And I'm just so clear on it for once in my life, just incredibly clear. So if I can encourage you guys to do anything from this video, it would just be like sit down and just get really clear on what you want. However, I also think that you need to do a lot of things that you don't like to find ultimately the thing that you do. And even if I was going into a closing role this year, I would still have clarity on what I wanted it to look like. But I only know that because I've had a failed agency, a difficult but rewarding closing experience, and then a intense business in terms of time. So I've kind of experienced all of those things, and I've experienced multiple different countries now. And I really am clear on, okay, I want a business that I can work on, not in. Obviously, I want content. I want to talk to people and share my perspective on the world, because nothing rewards me more than being on the coaching calls in the community and speaking with my now friends about this stuff. And I feel like the more views I can get,
honestly, like, I couldn't care less about that. But I realize now that views actually, one view is one person, and that is directly impacting that person in their life. And I'm not saying that I necessarily have a massive impact on people, but I've seen inside of the community over like a few months how I can build relationships with the guys in the community and how they can make money. Like, take Aoife for an example. I closed her into Easy Grow like maybe 18 months ago. She's now in my community. Within 2 months in my community, she went from 1 to 14 clients. After a year of Easy Grow and everything, only having 1 client, now has 14 to end the year. I spoke with her today and like, that's awesome. So I need to decide to look at my views as, okay, I might get 50 views, 200 views, 1,000 views, 8,000 views on a video, but that is actually 8,000 people, 50 people, 100 people. And I just feel like there's not enough people screaming from the rooftops, literally, a message that just isn't so conflated with a kind of gross online intention to get you to buy some high ticket program. There's too many messages that aren't resonating with people, and I know this because I'm speaking to the people now. They're in my community. And that's what I want to do this year. I want to share a message that I know resonates with people because it resonates with me, and it's that message of being successful without being an arrogant, egotistical, self-worshipping douchebag, to be honest. Because I know there's a lot of good people doing good business. And the funny thing is, a lot of those people, I'm very fortunate to come from a place where I was surrounded by a lot of very successful people that you would never know about. And they're rich, like really, really rich. Not like Iman Gadzhi rich, like really rich. And they're not screaming on the internet, buy a Lamborghini. So if that resonates with you, then this is the place where you can see content that reflects that. Because I know for a fact that this year, I'm going to achieve the things I've wanted to achieve. And I'm going to prove that you can grow a community, have a successful business, and be very wealthy, and not turn into that characterized, idealized version and facade that every other linen short shirt wearing, curly haired Dubai entrepreneur is. You don't have to be like that. So if you don't want to, then good, because I think that is a phase, and ultimately who's going to win is obviously Hormozi is a great example of that, why he's so respected. So that's, for me, like I'm very clear on what I want to say, why I want to say it, and how I'm going to achieve my goals. So I've set those intentions for the year, and I'm going to do everything that I can to make them come to life and document every step of the way. So I would really hope that you guys follow along. I have started posting content on Instagram, Louis Castle on Instagram, link in the bio. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video, a little bit more of an insight into my very simple but fulfilling life. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one, which is going to be next week in Italy. So yeah, see you guys then.